The reason that I entered religious life is because I fell in love. I grew up in a small town in Western Illinois, the middle of 5 kids with beautiful Catholic parents, and they showed their love for God by their actions. So by the time I got to high school, I decided I am going to be the first woman president, and I'm going to change America for the better. As I grew a little bit older, still involved with lots of things in high school, I realized maybe politics really wasn't the way to change the world. And I thought I could really change the world through teaching, because you can help mold the minds and hearts of children that way, and with their help make the world a better place. All through high school, all through elementary school, the Catholic faith was an important part of our lives, but kind of a part in the background. I considered going to CCD on Wednesdays the same way I would consider going to play practice on Thursdays or 4-H on Monday nights. Just one of many things that I did. By the time I got to college, I decided that I was going to make my faith a much more important part of my life. I got involved in the Newman Center right away, and it was there that I met Catholics my own age that loved God as much as my Protestant friends did back home. I prayed the rosary with people my own age for the first time. I went to adoration for the first time, and I began to realize that the Jesus whom inspired all those good works in my parents, the Jesus whom I learned about at CCD, was a real person, a person that loved me, and a person that I wanted to fall more in love with also. The summer between my junior and my senior year of college, I was home with just my parents, which didn't happen very much at all growing up. And my dad asked me, "What do you want to do after you graduate?" And I thought about it. Well, I'm studying education. I might as well teach. I go up to Wisconsin and live with my older sister and teach there. I had interned at Living History Farms in Des Moines, Iowa, so I thought, well, maybe I could move to Des Moines and I could teach there. And I kept thinking of all the things that I could do, but none of them really excited me. So basically I told Dad, I'm still thinking about it. And I went back to school for my last year. It was October of that year. After the Newman Center Mass, everybody had left, and I went to my favorite place to pray in chapel. And I sat in front of the front pew on the ground, my back up against the pew, looking at the tabernacle. I had made it a point all through college to spend some time in prayer every day and as much as I could in front of the Blessed Sacrament. And there I was making my Thanksgiving. And that conversation with my parents came back to me. And as I was praying, I heard in my mind and in my heart, "Would you be mine? Would you give your life to me?" And I was filled with a love that I can't explain, and a joy that I'd never felt before. And with all that was in me, before I had time to think about it, I said, yes, yes. And suddenly I realized that life wasn't about doing great things. It wasn't about doing whatever I wanted to. Life was about giving myself to somebody. And I wanted, with all that was in me, to give myself to Jesus. I left full of excitement. There's a goofy movie called Elf that my roommate really loved, and there's a funny part in that movie where the main character is swinging around on the lampposts and the stoplight saying, I'm in love, and I don't care who knows it." And that is exactly what I felt like. I couldn't wait to tell everybody, all my plans about being a teacher, my plans about moving to Wisconsin, all of those mean nothing to me now because I want to give myself to Christ. The trouble is that that's just the beginning of discerning a vocation. I had to figure out where to go. And I was kind of hoping that somebody would just stop me on the street and say, "Hey, you look like you're discerning religious life. Want to come into our community?" But unfortunately, it didn't work like that. So I had to talk with a lot of people, share my story with a lot of people, and start visiting some communities. And when I came to the school Sisters of Christ the King. I'd never met any of the sisters before. I'd never visited the convent before. But when I came here, it felt like home. And I knew that this is where God wanted me to spend my life with him.